Okay, it's pretty warm today, and my computer, where I have it sitting, the only place where it'll sit somewhat level, is right in the sunlight. So maybe my pack of socks here. Nope, I'd have to hold them right here in order to. Yeah, there's no way to do that. Oh well, so goes life. Alright, so a lot of the stuff that has gone on since Natalie was killed and stuff that was going on before Natalie was killed, people just, they really don't care. They care about the Natalie situation, but only about Natalie in specific in the Natalie situation. And this lady who messaged me earlier today, she's a perfect example of somebody who thinks that, well, getting intrusive is okay, and then thinks that after being informed that she's being intrusive, that she wants to tell me what to do, like that's going to help. So I'm going to read the conversation between her and I. She did not send me a friend request. She just got a hold of me to ask about Natalie's dad. Obviously, not interested in actually being helpful or useful. But if I read it, you'll understand better. The hell? Why is it not letting me? Okay, there it goes. This person calls herself Rainstorm, RAYNESTORM. And it says we're not friends on Facebook. She typed, "Hi, I just read the story of Natalie's death. It came up when I was reading about a missing teenager. I am trying to understand some of what happened because it is an OD case. Do you know what her father was in prison for?" "Yeah, I do." "Which time?" I typed, "He molested and beat Natalie and her twin sister Alicia, then meth and an illegal firearm after Natalie was killed. He also beat his ex wives. Do you have an email address I can forward the messages between Natalie and I to?" Obviously, I'm trying to show the evidence, get people to actually look at it. I typed, "He was in prison for child abuse." Rain replied, "You don't have to do that. I appreciate the information. I was just wondering if the reason he was in prison was because of abusing Natalie, because that would make some of this make sense. I was trying to understand why she would want to die, and if she was afraid people would find out about what her father did, that could be a reason. Thank you for your time. I really wanted to understand this. I don't even know why. I just need things to make sense, and this did not. It does now. I hope you are doing better now." So basically, she doesn't care about the fact that these people pushed me to the point that I literally attempted suicide on more than one occasion. She doesn't care about any of the situation with me or what I've gone through or what I've been through or what I continue to go through. And we're going to read about that in a bit here too. She goes at her way basically to let me know she doesn't give a shit about me. She only cares about the person who's dead. A lot of people want to do that, or they want to do the don't live in the past thing, and then they want to continually bring up the past, but you're not allowed to. It's okay for them, it's not okay for you. My dad wanted to bring up the fact that I was in foster care growing up. Well, why was I in foster care? Why was I being abused in foster care? I'm not allowed to bring it up because my dad was in prison for 38 counts of cocaine possession with intent to sell. That's what my dad went to prison for. I'm not allowed to bring up the fact that I grew up in the system being raped, molested, and beaten for the color of my fucking skin. I'm not allowed to bring up the fact that all of those things happened because my dad was in prison instead of being a parent. But my dad can bring up stuff from 20 years ago or longer. See, my dad went to prison back in 1984, I believe. That was a long time ago. Now let's continue reading from this lady here. Um, she types, let's see, you don't have to do that. I appreciate the information. I was just wondering, blah, blah, blah. I just need things to make sense, and this did not. It does now. I hope you're doing better now. I typed, I'm not doing better now. I take a lot of abuse still. Also, you really don't understand. There's a lot to it. The fact is, I was the one stalked, and people only seem to care about Natalie. It is hurtful and mean, and my predators are still free. This never should have happened. Now, of course, she agrees with this. She types, I'm so sorry you are still having problems because of this. It's tragic when you try to help people and it goes wrong. Absolutely. She also types, she obviously had a lot of issues. I agree, it should never have happened. And I replied to her, I typed, cops didn't want to do their jobs before she was killed, and after she was killed, they broke a lot of laws to prevent me from showing the truth. It's not just the Bollingers. A lot of internet nut jobs, cops, and pretend media folks took part. She typed, that's terrible. So many people attack when they are faced with something they don't understand. I believe that's why they attacked you. If I don't understand something, I try to get information so I can. Well, how about looking at evidence? How about actually looking at evidence? Now, that would be a good start, wouldn't it? Well, let's continue. She typed, if I don't understand something, I try to get information so I can. I read about your Asperger's. My son has it too. He is socially awkward and expresses himself in ways other people do not. Strangers call him freak when they see him. It's also ridiculous when criminals are protected instead of victims. It seems that is happening a lot. And it absolutely is. She's right. She's right on that. I typed, indeed. I have never had a victim's rights advocate. I'm supposed to have one, but am denied the right to turn in my predators. I have to try to turn in civilians who assault me to police who know I'm trying to turn them in. How can I expect a crooked sheriff I'm trying to turn in for his crimes to actually investigate crimes against me? It is a conflict of interest. She typed, after reading as much as I could find, I felt you may have been set up, and I didn't see anyone else posting that theory. A lot of people did, actually. She typed, she hired someone to kill her after publicly posting about the restraining order against you. It was a protection order, actually. She typed, she may have wanted people to believe you killed her. I typed, a few people have brought that up. I asked for an email address so I could forward actual evidence from Natalie. The fact is, I was trying to take her and Tim Beeson and Maddie Boa to court before she was killed. She got the protection order only because I couldn't go to court. I have to let the courts know 7 days in advance in writing if I can't show. But court was 6 days after I got the paperwork, so I couldn't. I couldn't even afford to get on a bus. She got the protection order a couple of days after I exposed her dad. She was killed only 2 weeks after I exposed her dad. She typed, it's not necessary, honestly, I believe you. Don't believe me. Look at the fucking evidence and speak out. Because all of these people want to waste my time. I'm typing to them. They ask questions, but they're not trying to help. They just want to appease their curiosity. It is just entertainment to them, and it is fucking disgusting. She typed, let me see. I don't know how I ended up scrolled down so far. Oh, she typed, it is not necessary, honestly. I believe you. According to the autopsy, she had taken enough heroin to kill herself, yet she hired someone to shoot her. That was redundant and unnecessary. This is why I believe she may have been setting you up. If all she wanted was to die, the heroin would have done that. She wanted something else. There's also the possibility she may have wanted to frame her boyfriend for abusing her because she used his gun. No, she didn't try to frame him. She typed, and that would be the motive for setting you up and killing herself. I suspected something like that. I typed, look at the evidence, please. I don't want you to believe me. I want you to know for certain. They destroyed my life over a year before Natalie was killed, and a lot of people helped. Then hundreds more people helped these exact same predators after Natalie was killed. I need help stopping the abuse. It is sad that it is just entertainment to most people. She typed, thank you for offering, but I have already spent so much time on this today. So she doesn't give a shit. She doesn't give a shit. This is just entertainment for her, just to appease her curiosity. She's not going to do anything with the information. She's not going to try to help out in any way. But lots of people helped out the Bollingers. Lots of people helped out my predators, including the police, who, by the way, have been my predators throughout all of this. It's not fucking okay. This is why I am supposed to have an advocate present in person. I am supposed to have that by law and have not. Through the entirety of my life, I have not had that. By law, I am entitled to that and have been denied every step of the way. She types, thank you for offering, but I've already spent so much time on this today. Enough time to make it make sense, except for motive, and you have filled that in for me very well. Thank you. Basically, I don't give a shit about anything that's happened to you, Sean. I cared about Natalie and this one little hole that I couldn't figure out. Thank you for filling that one little hole that I'm probably going to take out of context anyway. Holy shit. She types, is there any way you can move? How many times have I moved, folks? I can't even count how many times I have moved in the last 5 years. This is their idea, their solution after less than 5 minutes of even thinking about the problem. Oh, well, maybe if I suggest that he moves. Jesus fucking goddamn Christ. That's why it's important to look instead of just take my word for it, because you're not listening to a goddamn thing I have to say. She types, I really don't think you will be able to do anything there. I hate to say that, but it really seems like they have protected themselves well. Do you have anything like legal aid there? Would it be possible to bring a civil suit if nothing else? Holy shit, this woman has paid no attention to what's been going on in the last 5 years. None. She cares about one part of the situation. One part, Natalie's death. That's all this woman cares about. And she is making this abundantly clear. She's going to throw ideas. She didn't think about me or the consequences for me through any of this. So she's throwing the same ideas that everybody has after only 5 minutes of thinking about it and not looking at any actual fucking evidence. She's going to throw the same fucking bullshit that everybody else has. Yes, I've gone to legal aid. There are literally hundreds of calls. There are at least 100 calls to legal aid. Okay? Many of them on my YouTube channel. She types, do you have any friends or family members who can help you? Holy shit. Nobody gives a fuck. Or they've been threatened, harassed, and intimidated by the Bollingers and the fucking cops. No, I don't have any friends or family members who are going to help me with this. That was the problem before Natalie was killed. Nobody fucking cared. They wanted to give the same bullshit ideas as this fucking moron. Don't make suggestions. Look at the fucking evidence and fucking speak out. That is literally the help that I fucking need. I need for people to speak the fuck out. Speak out on your social media. Speak out on your YouTube channel. Speak out on your fucking Facebook. Actually speak out. Actually take a look at the evidence. All of it. Not just the parts that my predators want to show. Right now, people want to bitch about Russia and their misinformation. Meanwhile, we got misinformation here. Our media is not any more honest than the Russian media. Well, let's continue reading the conversation between me and this lady, okay? Cool. I typed, you are another example of someone who only contacted me for entertainment. She typed, please don't think. You're showing me. She typed, please don't think that. What happened to you is tragic. Well, then speak up. She typed, you were abused. You were used, abused, taken advantage of, then not only dumped, but also attacked. And I believe she may have been trying to get you killed or at least locked up for life. I was only trying to understand why someone would treat a person like that, especially a person they considered a friend. It is heartbreaking. Then speak out. Speak out. Look at the evidence. Many people who told me exactly what this lady has typed, many people said things like, oh, no, I trust you. I trust you. And then later on, when I was like, hey, I spoke out. I told you about it. I tried to show you the evidence. Oh, well, I didn't see anything. That's not my fault. That's not from me not trying. None of this is from lack of trying. She typed, if it were me, I really would just try to get away from all of those people and start my life over. No kidding. Wouldn't that be fucking great? But look at all of the impositions on my life. Look at all of the sanctions on my life. Look at all of the times that these literal officers, literally by name, the officers I was trying to turn in, had me locked up in a jail or a hospital where the hospital now wants money from me because instead of being allowed to turn in my predators, I was locked up in a fucking institution where literally the officers that I was trying to turn in had me locked up and lied to those people in those hospitals. No, you don't get to start over your life after that. That destroys your finances. That destroys your ability to do just about anything. Most places, before they will hire you, are going to look at your credit history. My credit score is 98. Those of you who don't know, that's extremely fucking shitty. But meanwhile, where does all of my money go? It goes to this woman's suggestions. The same suggestions everybody has. They all think the government's supposed to do something. The government says that my friends and family are supposed to do something. Meanwhile, if my friends and family did something, then the government would do something. And that's what people aren't getting. When I need someone in my corner and on my side, I mean in my corner and actually on my side. I typed, and this is the issue with entertainment. You don't know what is going on, but you think telling me what to do is useful. Like I'm retarded and have to wear diapers. It's heartbreaking in its own right. She typed, no, I was trying to think of some way I could help you, and advice is all I really have to offer. I apologize for offending you. It wasn't my intention. It's not all she has to offer. She could speak out. She could voice her opinions. If her opinions are truly that I was treated horribly, why does she not speak out? Just like all of these people who say they care, these people who knew me in real life, who called me family, who never came forward. And I had to record phone calls with those people who claimed that they loved me, claimed that I was family. And I also got to record all of those people with their actual families as their excuse for doing nothing, as their excuse for not coming forward. That they are afraid for their actual families because I obviously am not their real family. And I said that from the start. I knew that they were going to do that because, again, I am not real family. They don't treat me the way that they treat real family. God bless America, right? So I spent a while typing with that lady, obviously, and she just wasn't getting it. Nobody understands it. If you want to help me, you need to speak out, which means you need to look at what the fuck is going on. Otherwise, don't waste my fucking time.